Alright guys, this is Ollie. As you can see, he is giant. I am basically a fly on him. But I just got on. I just finished, before I saddled him, I lunged him for 5 minutes, just trotting. And now I'm going to warm him up before I set up the poles. And his warm up is going to be 2 minutes of walking. Stop ready. 5 minutes of trotting and 3 minutes of loping. And I'm going to practice circles, backing and stopping during the warm-up. As you can see, he has only been in the indoor twice, and he's a little impatient to go. So we're gonna go warm up and get some energy out of him. Ollie is warmed up. He's staying there with my grandma. Say hi. I just thought I would show you the setup. So I have all 6 poles set up, and as you can see, it's a little muddy in here. And Ollie does not have his shoes on, and so I've noticed he's kind of been slipping as I've been warming up. So I was going to try and lope the pattern today, but since he's not really used to this footing yet, and he doesn't have shoes and whatnot, I am just going to trot it and do some drills. So I thought I would just show you guys what I have set up here. So I just have the normal poles. They're a little bit longer than what they usually are. So I think right now they're at 26 feet and usually they're at 21. Ollie is a big horse and I kind of want him to get used to actually moving around in them. So I put a little bit wider because I want to focus on his bending. So I'd rather have him have them a little bit long till he learns the pattern. Then I'll shorten it up, and I might even shorten it up to 1920 once we're getting close to it. Because if he can master it at really tight, then the bigger it is, the easier it'll be for him. So I'm gonna get on and I'm gonna show you guys the first drill that I'm gonna do. All right, for this drill, I'm going to make all my circles to the right. Now, as you notice, I'm going this 2 hands because I want him to make a little bit of a bigger circle. Because usually when he goes to the right, he likes to gravitate towards the pole and pretty much just knock it over. So I'm making him turn wide onto the right. I'm going to stop and pet him and then turn around and go to the left. And the left, he likes to go out and go wide. So I'm going to drop to 1 hand and make him turn tighter to the left. And he does this pretty well, actually. So I'm going to do this for all poles. Again, I'm dropping down to 1 hand. And if I don't like the turn, I go ahead and just do it again. So now I'm going to go through the pattern. I'm just going to trot this. And as you notice, I'm taking him to the right side first. I'm also going to take him to the left next. But when I get to the end pole and my leg meets the pole, I'm going to go ahead and stop him and switch to 1 hand and finish that turn. When I go in between the poles, I'm making sure I kick him kind of like a soccer ball using my outside leg to turn him in. And let's say for all end poles, I'm going to stop till my leg meets the pole. And since he's kind of a little antsy right there, I kind of want to just chill, relax by the pole. And when I go on, I go to 1 hand again, finish the pole turn. And I didn't really like how he concaved and trying to overturn right there. So I'm going to make him do it again. And since that was better, I'm going to go ahead and ask him to trot and finish up the pattern. He weaves pretty well here, and I don't like using my hands too much when I teach a horse to weave. I think it's all about the legs. So yeah, I'm going to stop right here. Again, I back him up just a little bit because he went a little further past. Drop to 1 hand and turn that pole. And then go ahead and want to make sure I'm trotting home. I'm making sure I'm posting and asking him to extend his trot, just kind of like I was asking for more speed. So I'm going to do the same thing to the left. I think I'm going to compete going to the right side, but I just want to go to the left, make sure his mind's right on both sides, and just see how he does. Again, I'm going to stop at the end poles and when my leg meets with the pole, and I'm going to drop to 1 hand to finish off the turn. And when I'm weaving, again, I'm not piloting with my hands, I'm just simply guiding with my hands, and I'm using more of leg to pilot. Again, stop at the end pole. And when he does it, turns to the right, he tends to overbend. Like I want them to be soft, but he ends up being way too soft. So I'm going to take him through it until he can kind of not overturn and completely bend. My arm's pretty soft too, so he just loves bending his neck to that side. So I'm going to turn around and try to approach it again seeing if that helps. And I'm going to stop a little bit sooner just so I can guide him up better. And I'm going to use 2 hands just so I can guide him around it better. And again, I'm going through, mainly using my legs, just really soft with my hands, stopping at the end pole, and using 1 hand to finish off the turn. And again, when I go home, I am posting, asking for a little bit more of an extended trot, just asking for speed so he knows that when he goes home, he's supposed to go faster. So now I'm going to take him through the pattern, and I'm not going to do any stops, but I am going to make sure my approach to this first pole, I'm going a little bit wider, so when he finishes the turn, he'll be a lot tighter. Now when I'm weaving, I'm posting and asking for more speed in between the poles, and then I'm dropping to 1 hand when I go on the end poles. Again, posting through the middle, guiding with my hands and piloting with my feet, and dropping to 1 hand when I do the end turn. So when he goes home, he kind of wants to go a little bit faster, and since I'm trying to teach him to run, I went ahead and let him lope. So Ollie did awesome today, and this is something I do no matter what horse I'm on when I work a pattern or even a drill. I make sure to turn the pole or barrel 1 more time, and then when I finish the turn, I stop right next to the pole or barrel, I step off, and I loosen the cinch. This just teaches the horse that their job is done, but I also want to make sure I'm always by a pole or a barrel so they learn that the barrel and pole's okay and they can relax by it.